aggressive run. Speak of the man, and he'll show you why. Quick to Kayak and Boaster, gonna feel that. And SEN don't want to allow Fnatic to get off even the starting blocks.
Gonna slow down round 2. Off the rip here. It's Alpha with a Sheriff though. He's the one that's probably gonna look for a pick. Right, almost entertaining the idea. Actually the trade-off, Alpha down to 20 already. So gonna keep that Sheriff in check for the time being.
Right here.
Yeah, taking.
Goes, yeah, a little off angle from Bang.
Down mid.
I've got to say for me as well, Bang is such an unsung hero of the Sentinels team. I mean, there's a lot of highlight players, right? There's a lot of personality to that Sentinels side, but Bang is always such a safe pair of hands, such a solid player. And Alpha, it's a nice shot. Gonna need a whole lot more of those though. And it looks like Narrate would like to close his count down, and he does. Safety found for Sentinels in the first 2. Rather unfazed thus far.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable as well, carrying across 4 of the weapons here. Recovery. Well, that's going to deter Fnatic initially. Slow things down for their buy round. Certainly the upper hand for sure.
I have the spike. Last player stand.
Even with Boaster looking like actually might settle for just a Guardian here. Don't expect him to be at the forefront of this buy round, but certainly get an indicator here for pace. A widespread default from Fnatic.
I like this.
Just putting out the feelers. Yeah, Zekken on a deep angle here.
Yeah, it's a question mark of how long he holds it. Deciding against staying up for too long, but an initial show of force. You can see a little bit of a deeper exploration over towards that A side as well, putting up that one-way smoke, controlling this space. Zekken still with this line. No light shields on the other side, so it won't have that same validity, but it can certainly do some good chip. Kayak going to be feeling the brunt of that down to 10, and that's an early big bit of damage.
Now Fnatic looking to put things in motion. The other extremity here, Bang will be called upon. One's actually just shouldering the ankle there, knife out. Lucky to get away with no damage actually. Already bodies in the right place for Sentinels, and 45 seconds left on the clock. I think now Fnatic going to try and put something in motion towards B to once again pull that rotation.
But you got to look towards the mid-map. Look how deep they're sitting on this. A couple of players maybe just keeping an eye on if you kind of want to put Bang into the equation. But for Sentinels, they're not giving Fnatic opening chances. They're not allowing them these picks. Even Zekken, who did have that deeper line initially towards B, slipped back towards Pillar. Again, playing these deeper angles, and Kayak. Whoa, banging shot though, barely alive, and he lands. It's that second removed. Zeltz is then going to try and find some timing. 14 seconds of Fnatic looking for the plant. Alpha gets it done. Zeltz is maintaining the space, but the rotations are coming in.
Be careful here. Actually could get overwhelmed towards CT, but actually the stun comes through. Kayak, he's going to find another one.
That's 10 HP. He's found 2. Finally caught in the heels by Bang. But you're looking for Boaster now to pick up the slack. Already slipped ahead is Bang. Again, step after step. 2 kills for him. 3v3 in the post plant.
Now looking for Fnatic to try and find some sort of answer. Can't get locked out of sight here. Zelsis actually doubles down.
An Alpha, an unknown position, but now given away. But Zelsis! It's a 3K and it's dreamy from him. You know he's standing up. You know he's reminding them of who they are on this server. That retake, really special stuff here. Kayak though, heroics with 10 HP, but instantly Sentinels fighting it back in off the back of Bang.
Enemy remaining.
Noticing as well, the HP just makes Fnatic a little cautious to continue pressuring towards CT.
Ooh, frustration on Boaster.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a fumble here on the bonus, but all credit due to Sentinels to convert.
I'm out of here.
Minimal investment here, a Guardian, a couple of Sheriffs, some Stingers. It's only the Neural Theft available for Fnatic. It's not much to pull into round 4 here.
No, and this feels rather similar, doesn't it, to almost that second round. Second over towards...
Very tempered early rounds here from Fnatic. We want to get a feel for some of the setups here, but not necessarily any variations so far from Sentinels, so...
Okay, small... Oh!
So
God
snappy.
Damn, that was quick. And Zelsta's not feeling particularly pressured. He can just cycle those one-ways still. He knows that market pressure's now a little bit less deadly, but okay, these shots are hitting a while. Poster, almost didn't finish his dinner, but second, quick as lightning, dives in, removes. It's easy for Sentinels. Not a sentence I expected to be saying yet, but they don't look phased at all.
Coasting through these early rounds, Lauren. Fnatic probably need to get a grip on things pretty early on.
Timeout,
I was going to say, wouldn't be surprised to see an early timeout here.
Oh.
And haven't really forced any sort of adjustments from Sentinels just yet. Zekken happy to stand his ground.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll see a timeout here. Early pump of the brakes from Fnatic.
They look cold, Mike. It feels like they're, you know, not getting much say in the way these rounds go. We've seen how deep Sentinels are sitting, making them really play to try and get into these sites, trying to take that market control that's not working. I mean, Zekken's been controlling that like a champion, right? Every time, hard to clear. Then you can throw in Zelsys to the mix, whoever you want, bang, playing it back in from kind of top middle. He's been excellent, 7-1 already. Yeah, Kayak's had a couple moments, but none of it's felt like it's a threat to the round yet.
No, like I said, until they can force an adjustment, put basic Sentinels in a position to employ Zekken elsewhere, then maybe it's a positive for Fnatic to try and exploit such a thing, but towards the minimap here, it's pretty much carbon copy once more for Sentinels. Fnatic leading towards a set piece early on here. Said early slow default, not really achieving much. Like I said, these are the fact finders. If you lose them, you come away with something to work upon, but walked into the similar setups on repeat so far.
Yeah, need to find a solution quick. If we want a bit of a game here, really. Yeah, a couple ults nearby. Kayak's not too far off. Neither is Crashies. So Kayak off to a quick beginning, but the stall instantly comes out. Prowler to follow, so they know that they've still got that nice line over from elbow. Kayak has done well on his entries, but it's a tough endeavor, and Bang's been so cold with holding this as well, just shouldering it before in those earlier rounds.
Might even be a re-clearance here. See the Prowler layered with the flash from John. Bang just taking a peek with the TP.
And the one thing I love about how Sentinels approach playing Fnatic, there's no fear about it. They play like they're the favorites, which you could argue they are in this scenario. There isn't that hesitation or worry. They are as calibered, as prolific as each other in that regard. And already a good read here. Look at the rotation coming in. You're going to start seeing John QT head over to the right side, catching towards top middle, joined by Narrate. They've got a good beat on what Fnatic want to do, but this slow, steady pace isn't catching anyone off guard yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, almost tailor-made to force Zekken a little deeper here with that paranoia.
Still have to give away the game if they want to close down towards him,
yeah.
though. And there it is. Oh, that's good from Kayak.
Big win.
Yeah, and that was basically all building towards it. Now at 25 seconds, overwhelmed. Zelsys goes down. They fought for that top middle control, and they've won it out. That was a very procedural round almost from Fnatic. These final three players, it's tough to come back into this.
Especially with such deep control from Alpha. So obviously boasted to complement that as well. Still a way back in here if they can win a couple of these gunfights, but the spy cam will reveal Sentinels in mid. So got to pick up the pace now if they still want to make a go at this. They're probably just going to look for exits on the other side. Doesn't feel good to walk into market there.
No, we could obviously see how many were waiting if they did decide to go for it. But for once, it does feel like that kind of isolation of Zekken worked out, right? Mike, he had to sit deep CT, and then you had pressure top middle.
It still doesn't feel great that Zekken can then sit on a deeper angle on that, but I said that's why it's such a big win from Kayak. Window of opportunity after the paranoia is posted, unless you can scale up effectively and lock somebody like Zekken out of the site. Certainly doesn't feel like it's a guarantee. Fnatic on the board regardless, though. So the neural theft really seals the deal on this round.
So cute,
nice boys, really good round.
Yeah, I mean, even now, that doesn't look overly happily about it.
No, I mean, we saw frustration early, and that's not something you're used to seeing with Poster. He's very, very calm normally, if not always leaning towards a positive, but let's see how this looks. A little bit of an answer back for Sen's 4 rounds now. Kayak with ult, Crashies with it online too. Contact off the Prowler, and Bang getting curious. Flash in, swing! It's stunning from Bang. Answer found by Kron, though, takes away Narrate, who's meant to be that support system. But John QT caught on the back away from that. He leant forward, it looked like to try and support what Bang was doing, but as it stands, they've given over the man advantage now.
No commitment just yet as well. Boaster trying to pick up maybe somebody in rotation. Only really Zelsis on the chopping block for that. See, Alpha still has a cam here, but he's not spotted. Zelsis has got ahead of it.
Oh my god. Welcome to live events. See if you can figure it out. Around we go, completely unawares. And Zelsis is going to clear this. Zekken, he's got the operator. He's been quick so far, but he's got a lot of pressure now coming his way. Decides against it. Holds that deeper line again. Good choice. And a great shot! Crashes goes down. Spike now spotted. Holding his space towards CT. Support's coming in and Zelsis on the flank. Yeah, they got sight, but this post plant won't be comfortable for Fnatic. So do they fight forward?
Still a trip, actually, which will reveal Zelsis' position. Zeka to swap over to the rifle.
This is pressure now on two sides. Mike, that trip being broken, they now
Bang's
know.
found one.
What? How did Bang get that? Maybe above the smoke? I don't know. But Alpha with an oh! You get away with robbery, apparently! Chronicle makes it up to going to Fnatic's way, but bloody hell, that felt close.
I mean, the shift walk out as well into Zeken's sideline. Still some question marks on this side of the map, for sure, but
And this
luckily,
is classic Tron, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Happy to stand his ground here.
Yeah,
It's over the top of the smoke. It looked like it might have just come straight through.
yeah.
Remaining.
Chronicle delivering here. Maybe a swing round for Fnatic. So retrieval of the operator as well. Alpha actually going to pick it up himself. With how slow these early rounds have been, actually potential for maybe in a mid round to pick up a Zelsis creeping elsewhere and find a pick off the back of it.
And again, for someone like Chronicle, those four were his first four. But you need that, right? You need your backbone, that spine to the roster.
Much deeper ahead of this poison orb now.
I love this diligence though
yes.
from Fnatic. They're feeling that there's variety to this and there would be adaptation.
Sentinels have shown that they want to re-clear this and fight for this space actively, so no surprise to see Fnatic sitting back.
Look at these positions from Sen though. Are they going to go for a re-clear in middle or a challenge on this? Look how actively they're playing. Oh, this is super deadly. And that's two players spotted. Stun going to come in. Crashies might be screwed here. Forced out of the corner. He's still fine. He plays his life. This is so tense.
Even the aftershock just doesn't force onto a deep enough line, even with Zekken peeling away from that. Again, 40 seconds on the clock. We walk into potentially a site, just two members of Sentinels, but John QT, I'm sure the cooldown there on the fault line will be able to apply some pressure here.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, we've got Narrate, Bang. You've still got a lot of util on Narrate. Same with Bang as well with Paranoia. Now the pressure. Narrate can't stand it too much util. Just the dart to turn his eyes. Bang now leans in. It's good for one, but not good enough for the follow. John QT on rotate through CT. Does it for now. Plant needed. No! No, that's a spike gun! Oh, it's an absolute fumble and a half!
I mean, Kayak was down to just 10 HP. You see he's desperate to get out of the way of it.
Oh, you can see it's gutting for him too.
Absolute heartbreak because it's not recoverable at that point.
No, that's spike gone. That was it. Oh, God.
Enemy remaining.
And if you're Sen, you're grinning, right? You're like, cool, nice one, appreciate that. No plant to worry about, perfect. But, God, for Fnatic, that is going to be devastating.
Certainly a tilter. 5-2 now the scoreline. Operator back in hand for Zekken as well.
I like this, though. He's gone deeper towards
So
BK.
aggro, yeah. I mean, they've been given a little bit of freedom on the side of Sentinels towards this side of the map. Zels is walking mid previously, getting ahead of that camera.
That's enough for him.
Definitely, yeah.
Don't think that jump spot saw it either. Careful now, that's a tag. Didn't get the kill, but now Zelsis readies himself. He knows that pressure could be going through market, but top middle is a place to be worried about. Kron slips the net, but only for so long. Second, quick with it, Narrate in support. It's stunning. But still, look at the HP. Kayak down on 20. Boaster, 30. They are low in this.
Walking wounded. 50 HP between them. Bang, nearly caught the backside of them.
Oh, this reclear is so well timed, and the old Mike.
Might be able to get a plant away, but certainly not going to be comfortable regardless where Fnatic, but Zekken can close the gap so damn quickly.
And again, you've still got that paranoia. Primed with Bang, there he goes, and that's going to catch! Just a shot through the smoke, and Zelsis going to catch Boaster. Now Kayak has to do, oh, Christ! I was going to say miracles, and he almost did it.
Good for the first, but Sentinels standing tall here. Nearly fell off my chair.
Look, if he'd hit another, I think I'd have done the same. But as it stands, I'm going to be honest, by all accounts, this has been Sentinels not looking too uncomfortable. It feels like they've got a good concept and a good read on what Fnatic are trying to achieve. They're handling the mid-pressure well. It feels like there's not enough layers to really pressure Sentinels. Second has been finding the spacing great to be able to fall back.
Go, boys. Come on.
Sitting towards CT, that market presence, okay. Zelsis learning on the fly, slipping a little deeper, giving up. I haven't felt like Fnatic looked that deadly yet.
No, there's been a lack of pressure, really, on the side of Fnatic. Like I said, seemingly a lot of freedom for Sentinels on the B side of the map, and towards mid as well. First real switch up here is Zelsis over towards A.
This worries me. Just thought he was hands off keyboard for a second in the camera, so I was like, oh god, it's all good.
Do not speak it into existence.
That's all
A lesser
I have.
purchase here. 2 rifles on the side of Fnatic.
Trips on the side though, they don't know about this Zelsis. Again, maybe a good counter to Kayak's ult, maybe just be aware of what they'd want to be doing, but Bang needs to live. He's about to be overrun, he can't handle that. There's just too much going straight up towards that top mid side. Now a chance for Zelsis. It's a spam, can't get the connect he want, and has to back away.
Oh, he's so lucky to get out of that. Able to break the sight lines here, even though he's tagged by the drone. Plant comes through. Probably the most comfortable post-plant we've seen here from Fnatic.
Snurray go for the ult. Ooh,
Certainly now with
deep.
the pit.
Yeah, really deep hit from Kron as well. That's just gonna, I mean, that really cuts off CT. You can't even be considering it at that point. But then it funnels you forward. Already look at the 2 players, Boaster and Kayak on site.
I mean, no
Eyes on that. That's
no,
wraps.
No shock to see Sentinels giving this one up. Do not fancy their chances. Obviously hold on to the operator. Again, Fun's really looking pretty comfortable regardless at a 6-2 scoreline. I mean, ultimates to bring into the next, only really the TP for Boaster. Not much else to work around here. He's actually
Decided
almost having both initiator ultimates on the side of Sentinels.
And here it is, the one kill that pretty much secured the entire round. Like doing that, and then you throw in the pit on top from Kron. That's pretty much checkmate. You don't want to be going back into it. Yes, I guess you could argue they did have narrate ult if they fancied it, but still, it was
a roll of the dice, really, yeah.
It just felt like too much of a risk to go for it. So for Fnatic, a bit of stability found, but this slow and steady pace, certainly not setting my world on fire, but it has got them 3. Now, to continue forward would be fantastic. What's the adjustment here? What's the way they want to keep playing this? Because eventually Sen will figure out the tempo. And that was off the back of that ult from Kayak.
So previously, only 4 rounds found by Fnatic versus Gen G. So maybe that's why they're a little hesitant here. Try and draw some of these rounds out. Yeah, I mean, it's
look at this.
Certainly not what you want to rely on. This doesn't really scream confidence to you.
No, it doesn't.
Like I said, this sunset really sets the tone.
Scanning ahead.
And Bang has been on the money. He's the only one dedicated towards site narrates, actually managed to make it back over somewhat in time. Still behind the smoke, but another one placed down from Bang. Consideration to play it forward. Great connection on the ult as well. And Bang's position does get considered, but you still can't kill him. Takes away Alpha, and no trade there for Kron. Blinded and hungry, Bang goes in. Takes down Kron, and it is just methodical. Narrates, Bang, perfect hold.
And the concern being this is the first time Fnatic have stacked up and looked for a set piece towards either side, to be honest with you. And it gets absolutely dismantled by Sentinels. Bang again, just Always good for two, it seems, in situations like this.
Again, Bang probably won't ever be in your highlight reels, right? 2 safe kills there, but the value he is bringing is second to none. He's top of the board currently, but as said, safety kills. Even the coaching staff looking a little frustrated at the tempo. Kaplan there just, hey, it's all going well. They're 7-3. Nothing's really phased them yet. It hasn't pushed them out of their comfort zone. And it feels rinse and repeat now.
Scrambled purchase once more from Fnatic. Just going to make round 12 pretty awkward for them.
Oh, three players dedicated towards B this time. I don't know if it's a read into this. Cool, that is good info on that.
And another adjustment here on Zelsis' utility at least. And actually,
big catch.
finally, isolating Bang. It's been a problem.
But I like the narrator's noted the players coming through top middle. He's pretty much going to be gift the try and do what you can. We can't help you yet. They've sliced right up the guts here, Fnatic. Almost doing a little bit of a fake out. Alpha.
On the fadeaway.
Okay, fair enough. Zekken, you got a 1v5. No, you don't! Alpha, you absolute nutcase. Catching him easy.
And just like that, a flawless response from Fnatic. Able to find success towards top mid. And the spike and them, almost a great read from Sentinels to try and, I guess, mitigate the risk on the back of this wall. This time around, the isolation of Bang is perfect. It looked even more ridiculous the second time after that kill from Alpha.
And you're going to need to see that, Alpha. If Ascent's in the map pool, you're going to need to see him firing, right? But 7-4, okay. It's not a complete shutout here. Fnatic have found enough rounds to build forward. Now, again, similar scenes to that last round here.
Well, Fnatic feel as if they have found something to work upon.
I mean, they're drawing the rotation towards top middle, right? You can't leave it open. Narrate has to react. John QT has to be present. This time, Narrate very present. Down to 20, but he's done his job in this. They want to try and get some pressure through Market, and Alpha disrespecting the util felt like a desperation play almost.
Sure. Now,
Then look how deep they are, Mike.
I was going to say, Boaster tasked now with making something of nothing, to be honest with you. Just as
not like that.
Zelsis, he would find the wallbang. Now down to Chronicle and Crashies, a 2v5 to try and convert here into a 7-5 half. A tall order.
It certainly is, and I have to credit the discipline from Sentinels because the tempo and pacing from Fnatic, which has been discussed, is very slow. It is very cautious, but Kron
30
got
seconds
them
left.
4 before. Need more this time around. Does have Crashies there. One
C
shot
wants
dart.
to make something happen here.
You got to get at least a kill, right? That's the long and short of it. You have to at least get a kill to make this possible and ideally be able to back away. They may not expect him so close by, but the Horn will do the job. Nice work on one, but the trade instantaneous. Sentinels playing the numbers game very well. Crashies can't do enough. Sentinels looking very in control, Mike. This has not been a problem.
No, I think Fnatic adopt a game plan here to try and slow things down and make Sentinels sweat a little bit. But like I said, coasting through a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, gonna need to see a little bit more fire under Fnatic for my flavor in this. I don't love this tempo from them. I want to see them come out swinging. Because Sen look all too comfortable.
Watch me win, then watch me do it again.
Bottles knocking models. I want a bump a beat that goes hard. I want a bump a beat that goes hard. Popping bottles, knocking models. Popping bottles, knocking models. Popping bottles, knocking models. models. I wanna bump a beat that goes hard. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it.
Well, the pacing certainly a little bit of a different tempo from that G2 Gen G game just
sure,
now.
yeah.
But 4 rounds is manageable with a pistol. But Mike, how do we see this one going down so far? Because I don't know how I feel about this yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not sold on Fnatic's approach once again here. We saw versus Gen G, I think, what, 4, maybe 5 rounds in that first half, decided by the clock or looking towards saving rifles, and it's just not convincing enough for me. Heartbreaking to see the first time they stack up and go for a pacey set piece. It's, like I said, Sentinels barely broke a sweat.
You can obviously see the Coinbase Econ report there on the screens. It's really a bit of a one-sided affair, but the vast majority of SEN on the money. I mean, John QT able to get there in time, everyone else doing their job. I just need to see more here. Now, Sentinels 8-4 is a respectable scoreline. I think they'll be happy enough with that,
Oh,
right? Like,
yeah.
you walk away with that. You've done the job that was required. Now, their attacking side left me wanting a little bit as well, but I don't think I'm going to have the same quandary as I do with Fnatic's attack.
No, I mean, because that second half versus Gen G was kind of blink and you miss it.
Yep.
It was over very quickly, which is, again, you always aim towards a 6-6 for sure, but just, I mean, it didn't even really feel like an 8-4 half, to be honest with you.
Nope.
Fnatic to come away with as many as they did. Can they build upon that now?
And yeah, instantly different pace here coming out. Second fast towards elbow, clearing on through. Paranoia late, actually. So you can already see that Kayak's had a look, but he sees nothing. Very late presence coming out from Bang Berserker. Straight on the side, Boaster. Good denial, takes a, whoa! Takes a second! Get out of there! How's he found 2? Kayak comes back around, but we're in a 3v2 now. The pressure mounting, you can see it. Just getting into the scrap from Ignorate! Sends us packing in the pistol.
Another situation where you think Fnatic have got the early win to get around under their belt. And Sentinels just strip it away. Boaster, 2 fantastic kills that stun on the first, actually, to find Zekken with a right click, but then double it down under so much pressure. But Narrate really stretching his legs.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous from Narrate. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That was something quite special there. And a mid-walk from Fnatic wanting to take the fight to Sentinels. You're on the defending side now, guys. You could have chilled out. But Narrate going to pick up where he left off. Carrying on this sort of fatality, lethality, but also on a classic. I'm sorry, maybe just a, what? Grunt? What is going on, Mike? Are we in deathmatch?
Fnatic seemingly now looking to play a little more aggressively, taking the fight to Sentinels as you would have wished in the first half. Boaster put a classic in his hands and he's shining right now.
Right? You're not going to do...
Besting Zekken twice now.
That's ridiculous. Hello. Hello, speed up. Delsis clears him. No more naughtiness for that.
There.
To Crashies, who's kind of lingering around middle, maybe able to see if he can get maybe something
I was
to
going to say,
fight
yeah,
in
can he recover anything?
They've still got the main weaponry. You're looking at it, right? The 2 Bulldogs are still there. It's 1 Stinger that's gone down. And
Knife
Delsis, yeah, right place, right time, and Crashies knife out ain't going to do it. 10 discovered for Sen. And I like Fnatic trying something here. You might as well in a round like
Absolutely,
this.
yeah. So it really comes down to this buy round now. Got to see them get on the board here.
Yeah.
Too late.
Be 11 and a broken purchase once more.
Okay. Nice, boys. Come on, let's go.
Stripping away any comfort that Fnatic have even attempted to find. I haven't found it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I've got to say as well, the part being in my mind, this hasn't just been the Zekken show, right? It's everyone else stepping up here. Your Narrate having a great show, Bang being on the money, Zelsis as well, everyone else doing their jobs. They haven't really needed Zekken to be the all singing, all dancing. But now on the attack, obviously with the Neon, this is where we could see him kick it up a gear.
And on the attack, to have a round 3 initiator ultimate is huge for Sentinels.
How do they fancy popping that? Got time. all the pressure on Fnatic in this regard, right? They have to stay on their toes here. Can't afford to drop the ball. That pistol round would have been everything. If they'd been able to drop the rate there, that could have changed the outcome potentially, but he's still slipping through middle.
It's a very, very secure setup here for Fnatic, though.
Yeah, all that info off of
Alpha's got to be careful.
Yeah, great paranoia, but still alive is Sen. Narrate going to take down Alpha, and they have to back away. There goes that ult we were talking about. Value, yes, and Sen looking for the site, but bang! Back to back! Poster on Kron, devastated.
Crashes down to 11 HP. Fnatic have to give this up now.
There's no way back in. The flank irrelevant.
Spike planted.
This is unreal. Sen looks so comfortable here.
Fnatic look a little lost, to be honest with you.
They do. And have we seen timeouts yet?
Seen just the one from Fnatic very early on.
Love to see another.
But this setup here, it was both Chronicle and Alpha, but Alpha's posted up close and personal with his utility. Again, maybe a lack of information, but Crashes has already kind of figured out they're drifted back into mid because that, well, not contact found, but damage trade-off.
Yes.
It's really bizarre to see that. Unfortunate set of events. Kayak now, maybe actually, on the chopping block here.
A little bit dangerous for him.
Oh, actually, a cheeky smoke as well. So 5 alive.
Yep.
2 rifles maintained here for Fnatic, but a long road back in, and that, I mean, the only saving grace being that they've held onto 2 of those rifles because the money, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Alpha, I mean, again, in that situation, if you're there, you have to commit towards the kill. You back up, you're dead regardless. But with the reveal through the near side, just can't find Zekken. Painting a silhouette around him.
Gotta go.
All right, it's kind of crunch time, right? It feels like we've gone here with a bit of a whimper from Fnatic. It hasn't been the show we wanted yet. Sentinels just striding through the map. Zekken looking for the space, gonna work off the back of the paranoia, gonna be punished. Kayak, nice, set into motion there. Zekken goes down and maybe still a chance to get some control in this one. Oh, that's lovely. Kayak, just a shot through the smoke. He'll take that every day of the week.
Now backing away, conceding this space.
There.
Early win out here, can just play towards trades on site if Sentinels commit, but see now Crashy's exploring. Zelsis has potentially some ideas at threading the needle here in this Fnatic setup. Crashy's still guarding it.
He hasn't had a great series yet, or at least map yet here. So again, Zelsis has been on the money. That's a shoulder, and that's a stun. Didn't quite connect, but the shot does. Zelsis carving a path, and now both are trying to play it forward, but Zelsis again! He is setting this round alight! Sentinels making Fnatic look silly!
And the early win out from Fnatic, but Sentinels able to course correct here. Now find themselves a body to the good in the post.
Zelsis just nutmegging them straight up middle. Not a chance. And now they've got to try and fight it back in, right? But you've got Chronicle and Alpha. Not really easy to bring this utility in. Double stacked up on the site. Gonna try and get themselves away, but you're gonna still play in Zelsis. Alpha making a go of it, but Zelsis does so well. Down to the 1v1, but time is running low. John QT calm under pressure. Kron, same sort of thing.
He's got the half.
Going.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Kron!
No!
Kron, you absolute madman!
Trying to bait out the steps here, but Chronicle doesn't back down. Brazen with the defuse.
To do that at that scoreline,
Yeah.
that would have been 12. That's bold, but I've got to roll it back to this moment from Zelsis.
Yeah, I mean, the timing is just played to perfection here from Sentinels. You see as well, actually the reveal and the phone line coming back online to set this lurk in motion. And that's how they're able to flip this advantage back in their favor. But bold moves from Chronicle. Fnatic cling to life here on Sunset. Actually, again, we're seeing further aggression, or at least probes sent out by Fnatic. No reward just yet.
Going again, we do have the Owl drone. Having a glance, should just make it past the wall. We'll note the player on the right side, and Kayak gonna catch the rate, so good damage here. Oh, just caught!
Just below the door.
Oh, that's a nightmare, isn't it? Trying to back away towards market.
Only really got Chronicle's utility now to rely on. And this wall committed towards mid, so Sentinels plenty of options. Actually drawn Alpha away as well, so going to leave that utility in control of A-Sign. Actually, Neural Theft will be invested.
Look towards top middle. Zekken might just pop off this as well. Tron's going to be the one to try and deal with them if they come market, but no, it is straight top middle. He's taken space. Alpha, reactive, trying to slip away. Spot the pixel, gets the body drop. Jump QT down, he knows there's more. Alpha, big double kill! But then there's still so much more to be done. 20 seconds, where's that spike going? Bang's got his ult if he wants it. God. Oh my goodness.
Oh my word.
There's no way they read this though, right? 13 seconds. The plant.
Zelsis, yeah, a little lazy peek in here, but actually behind the wall.
Good God, this is just centimeters away from being deadly. 5 seconds has to commit on the plant here, and Kayak closing in. Chronicle's fallen. It's on Kayak and Crashies in the 2v2 here. Bang and Zelsis. Zelsis takes the head off of Crashies, leaving just Kayak, the young gun. Good for it on one. Looking for a second. He's done it! Kayak! You can doubt him all you want, but he has been exceptional for this team.
And another hero round from Zelsis as well. This Kayak with the Red Bull clutch. 6 on the board now for Fnatic.
Poison's gone.
In the finest of margins, and Crashy's a little disconnected. Obviously the anchor over towards A-side with all of Alpha's utility. But the bounce on that stun, outrageous from Kayak.
Nice try, boys. Nice try, boys.
That was a lovely little Red Bull clutch from him. And again, the conversation around Kayak is, it's a learning lesson with him, really, as we go along. What is his capabilities? At this point, I think a lot of us saw on the socials he wasn't feeling his best.
Yeah.
But coming in here, putting on a great show at 15 to 12. And it is that kind of old adage of, you know, everyone can be great when they aren't tired, when they aren't feeling underwhelmed. But this guy's turned out here today and looked good for it. But we look at how these rounds have gone, Mike. We've had, what, Ron with a full defuse. You've had a clutch coming out from Kayak.
They're not ones that kind of fill you with confidence.
Yeah. On the other side, it is a timeout sense. So just don't let this slip away too far. They still have timeouts to work with, so why not burn one here? See how far they can take this out. And have a lot of ults to be working towards.
I was just saying as well, another hero round from Zelsis who's quietly actually crept to the top of the board ahead of Bang.
And so,
And Narrate as well, who's had a couple, what, is that 2 or 3 Ks we've
something
seen
like that.
from him?
I'm really impressed with how Zelsis is reading the map. It's all kind of timing and nice, kind of like
That
punishing on
previous-
rotates.
Yeah, the lurk up top mid was fantastically executed.
Again, you don't normally kind of be having this conversation about Zelsis in that light, but I'm so happy to be seeing he's really found a way to get through that Fnatic defense. Now we go back in. Bang trying to draw the eyes and all attention, see if they can cost that rotate, right? Bring that third body over.
Crash is just playing rotation game. Actually, it's early commitment back towards B with Kayak now picking up the slack in mid. He's going to have friends up there.
He's got 3 up here. Probably the play you want to avoid. But they think they've got something. And Crashes catches, encourages the counter swing. Nice little 1-2 punch at the top of middle. Well read by Fnatic in that one. Good timing as well to punish Zelsis on the lurk. Fnatic, sorry, did you suddenly just get given the Sentinels book? How did you just read everything they were about to do?
Almost crazy to see Fnatic respond with a round like this. Actually, Chronicle creeping all the way into spawn, but John QT sharp to it.
Where the hell did that round just come out of, Mike?
I mean, it's such a fantastic read. The setup was beautiful.
I'm honestly a little stunned at it, but as it stands, John QT just trying to play this out.
30 seconds left.
If you're looking at it, who needs ult? I guess Crashies could do with
As
this
I say,
one.
regardless, I mean, unless he's left to survive here, QT should get his ultimate if he dies or finds a kill. Money a little weird for Sentinels. I mean, John
10
QT sat at
seconds left.
4,500 and Zelsis actually at 33, so maybe able to pass some weaponry across the board, but that'll be 7 for Fnatic, clawing their way back into Sunset.
It's slow and steady, but it's starting to get. But again, it was lovely from Crashies, but it's the fact they already had 2 other players set up ready for it. Then they relearned
Enemy remaining.
It all just kind of fell into pieces, right? The dominoes started to fall. And talking of snowball, Fnatic almost have all 5 ults ready.
Oh yeah, they're in a fantastic position here. One away for Crashies as well.
There's no way this game gets close, right?
I mean, this half certainly suiting Fnatic way more. I said it's that aggression or willingness to kind of stand and fight that we didn't really see in the first half. So Sentinels just happy to receive time and time again, and Fnatic stumbling on the first hurdles on their attacking half. Here we've seen some fantastic reads, beautiful setups.
Got the spike.
Ooh, looking at Kayak's line here. They do go around that. Really heads up work, actually. Nice. And burning a bit of the util too. This is ticking the boxes here, protocol list-wise. And again, Sen finding it hard to get a grip on where Fnatic are.
Sentinel's just desperate for a fight somewhere.
The discipline's not going to be giving that up from Fnatic. They've been playing this slow and steady pace.
Second happy to entertain the idea regardless. And now 45 seconds on, waiting for some of those cooldowns to come back online, and Alpha
Camera
camp
taken
set
out.
up. Will potentially read this backside of the fake. Now still TP here for back.
Still got all the trips as well, and look
Yeah,
at
so
where they are.
he can sit here, but with the utility, as you've noted, you're going to know there's been no progress towards site.
This is great. Boast is in the right place for this too. 25 seconds. They're going to have to make a run for this one. Zekken's found Kayak.
Boast is not stunned.
Oh my god, Boaster gets away with it. Still standing. Got his paranoia, got the TP, gets out of there. Next player coming in. Narrate gets caught. Alpha control on the back line. 10 seconds. Boaster buying time. Seconds. Springs forward. Zels is trying to make this happen. 7 seconds though. They are running out of time. Zels has to plant, and they are closing in. Fnatic starving out Sentinels.
Cage 3.
I was talking about the clock for Fnatic, but worked to perfection here. And it's only due to having that third body over towards B site. I mean, Boast has done so well here. Look at the Rolling Thunder just passing him by. But this TP back as well, it forces Sentinels to hesitate. They have to hard clear. I mean, Zekken makes handy work of it, but
There can
like I
only
said, it's
be
the clock then that suits Fnatic. Nobody has to swing onto these angles. They can wait for Zelsis to make a move.
5 ults. This is actually the 6th. That was going to be Sentinels. Zekken going to go for it. Just the stinger in the back pocket. But now you can see already Boaster up for the challenge. Zelsis going to catch Kayak towards the middle. And they're going to go for a higher tempo piece towards B. But there's still 3 bodies here, Mike. Do they cancel on this? Now on the ult, surely.
Zelsis knows he's got a bit of a gap to play with here.
Oh, he's been great at these.
Still a trip behind him. So Fnatic again now, actively trying to hunt him out. So they know he hasn't crossed.
Oh, Zelsis. He might. Oh my god. How is Crashies alive? I thought he was on a platter, but the pacing here isn't quite high tempo enough. They've got a complete free sight. Alpha's still here. Oh! The Wonder Kid as ever! Slaps the rate away from it. And now down to 3. That plant doesn't feel comfortable yet. Got to wait out the ult from Crashies. They still got more to burn if they need it. 40 seconds, a second attempt at the plant.
Come through now. The 3v4 now for Sentinels. Zelsis trying to get active, find something. TP out, and there's another jump shot!
Again! Someone just back-to-back clip that, I don't care! Zelsis, oh, what the hell is this from Alpha? Zelsis has to be a hero though! He has to put on the cape, put on the costume, and find 2! He's doing the dance, he's desperate for it, and they fly in! Fnatic, still alive! After that man on your screen just went nuclear!
Ridiculous from Alpha. I mean, the first one crucial just to slow down the
Look
hit
at that
here.
bang! What?
Show me the second. It's exactly the same. Just disgusting.
That's unreal!
And then
One
finds the
enemy
spam as
remaining.
well through the wall.
Yeah, he's here. You better watch out for him.
And Fnatic now
5 rounds, Mike.
knocking on the door.
5 rounds in a row. Sentinels don't like that one.
Fnatic have actually still got the timeout as well. I said the timeout came in the 3rd or 4th round. I can't remember in the first half.
Super early.
Boaster certainly keeping things in control, I guess, in game. Now it comes down to a bit of a face-off here. Finances starting to dwindle now for Sentinels. Still actually ultimates to play with as well for Fnatic. Do have Narrate's ultimate, but Neural Theft, Kayak, Chronicle actually does have the pit.
And I feel crazy having this conversation, but I didn't expect to see a world where Fnatic win this map. And then that changes how the veto looks, right? That's a conversation for afterwards, but...
Well, especially after the first half. I was
Correct.
almost sold then in my prediction, but...
Yep. Wait, who did you predict for this game?
For the series?
Yeah.
Well, for the... Okay. We'll go there.
Well, no, I'll admit it.
Fnatic. You wanted Sen, I know you did.
Wait, you went for Fnatic?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. It's crazy.
I've still got Kayak down. It's like I stay CS and...
Fair play, fair play. Okay, Operator is in, and this is one of the swing factors. If you aren't familiar with Fnatic, when Kayak's previously had some bad games, that Operator used to get him out of that
been
ditch.
the catalyst for him.
But he's certainly not been in any ditch so far. He's been having a mad performance, so another layer added to this.
Maybe this is a read into the pace or the tempo shift after this timeout. Could be rewarded here, as actually does look like a contact play from Sentinels.
Oh god, if they're going contact on this, it is so brutal. Kayak's going to be a one and done. Yeah,
Still gets it.
all good. Zekken, he's had a hard game here, I'm going to be honest, and that's rare to say because I feel like Zekken's one of those consistent high achievers. But he's struggling with that, and another deep line adopted. They've got to commit utility to force him away. You can't be going for these contact pieces now. Ooh, a little cuppy.
Well, I mean, smoke's going to make it difficult to get
Do it. Go on, do the thing, do the thing. Walk the smoke, I dare you. Oh, he's being sensible, Mike.
You hate to see
Spike
it.
planted.
Fun enjoys around the world devastated.
Still got his ultimate, though.
Right here.
Can make something happen potentially here in the post-plant. Very slow, cautious in approach here, but Kayak confident. His teammate's got his back here.
They got to start building now, though. The time is ticking, right? There's the trade out. The paranoia not going to be able to be worked upon there, sent through. Fnatic got to get moving. Sen with an opportunity now. Layered utility well, but Chronicle catching two, sleeping. Back goes down. Why is no one looking at Chronicle? But now they're right back in the headlights. He's going to know where they are, but Crashy's sticking on the defuse here. Swing! Oh, and he doesn't miss! Defuse! Oh, just misses out!
It would have needed an ace from Narrate. But Crashies has to make a move here. The Red Bull clutch going in Sentinel's favor to find 12.
I know exactly.
God, it was Kron does it on one side, Narrate does it on the other, and just too late. Just even Narrate unsure, hand shaking for a second, but then he's up. Knows what he's done. He's got Sen to 12, breaking that momentum. Sentinels back, looking ready for this, but they've got to keep going now. God, the money's so fragile still.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah. After that string around,
Oh
look at
my God.
Crashes. Pick up Durant, Kayak shut down.
Oh,
It's Narrate
gets
again.
another. It's beautiful. Poetic for Narrate to be the one doing this. Finding comfort out in America.
Face
Alpha
your
does
fear.
catch Celsius. Crashy's now got bodies in front of him abounding. Zekken gonna take away the sight. Plant now next. You're down to 2. Kron and Alpha, big names. Same to be said on the other side. 4 players waiting. Sentinels 2 kills away from map 1 under the belt. Kron waiting. Alpha, contact made. Narrate down. Next layer has to come in. They join together, playing in unison now. 1 right, 2 left. Kron has a little look, finds the one close, waits for the swing. Now we're going to need a magic moment from Alpha. 6 bullets and the time's not on his side, but Zekken, 12 HP.
He's misread this.
Oh my God, Zekken is absolutely ice. God damn cold! Beautifully done from Zekken. Didn't fall for it for a second. At 13-9, Sen claim map 1.
Fnatic looking like they were able to pull off a miracle here, but the last moment, the 11th hour, Narrate comes alive, Lauren.
Starting to hit them with some stupid fights. I'm gonna go with who should I go first? I think Zelsis. Zelsis gonna get a big one. I want him sat down the whole game. Zero reason to stand up. 1, a 2, a 1, 2. Stupefy. Right, next one. Next one. John Coutinho, he's not in the middle. That's not an IGL spot, so I'll stupefy him back to the middle. Stupefy! Bang! About to bang him out with a stupefy. Stupefy!
Have you done
Narrate
Zekken?
or Zelsis?
Have you done Zekken already?
Oh no, Zek and I have done on Narrate.
We need to
Give him a double one. Give him a double, Jake.
I'm gonna
The
hit
big one.
Narrate
We could
with a
wind up the
stupefy.
Zekken one.
combo though.
Wait, yeah, we
Stupefy!
Alright, wait, we do the big one on Zekken.
Everyone, ready?
Charge it up, charge it up.
3, 2, 1, stupefied! Yeah, we that.
Oh.
He's dead. He's stupefied.
He is very stupefied.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hey,
Let me show you how the Fox does. Oh man, I was just getting warmed up.
spike defused.
Coach Kaplan. Now, after what happened on Sunset yesterday, Fnatic were coming back into the series as well. In the last 2 and 3 rounds, who would you credit the most to keep your team in it?
I think it's tied between Zelsis and John. Zelsis really called us out for needing to tighten up and clean up, and then John got pretty specific there about what has to be done to make sure we close out those last couple rounds.
Thank you very much, Kaplan. Good luck.
Thank you.
We were expecting fireworks, and boy, oh boy, at the tail end of that game did we get just that, as Sentinels pick up the victory on Sunset despite the best efforts of Fnatic to try and bring things back. It was all for naught as Narrate and the boys in Sentinels managed to clutch up. And as a matter of fact, that takes us to our HyperX Reflex moment of the day, because you gotta give it to Narrate for that incredible play, Kakuka, that we saw him pull off there.
It's an incredible play from him, but also a huge misplay for the side of Fnatic. They think that in this 5v2 situation, everything is already won for them, but with that position and everybody just rushing onto side to get that defuse, Narrate finds the perfect spacing to isolate all of those fights to get very favorable fights for himself, and Crashes is not able to defuse the spike for less than a second.
And what a moment this is for Narrate. His first tier 1 opportunity was in EMEA, playing with Karmine Core. He was familiar playing against this Fnatic team then. Now back in North America at the tier 1 level, showing up to a global event after their disappointment that was Bangkok, and putting up a map like this, winning a 1v4 clutch to close it out, and now be a map up and close to staying alive.
And also, in my opinion, that was not the most impressive thing that Narrate did this map. On various occasions, we saw him getting multi-kills. His utility is always the opener through everything, especially when they're from their attack and Alpha is being so present on mid, just being an absolute pain in the ass. Narrate proved that he won. EMEA lost in this case.
Yeah, I mean, Narrate did so many things right there, but Mimi, I mean, the other thing that we were seeing too, and this is something that we've known Sentinels to be quite good at, those retakes, the way that they play around and utilize their utility to great effect.
And if you just look at the retake win percentage, it doesn't look incredible for Sen, but I think what they did very well on their defensive side was having a game plan into this double controller composition. They played really passive at the start of their rounds, being willing to play retake A almost all the time, and instead putting more forces into mid to fight, shut down the lurkers, and then play either 5v4 or even number retakes. And in all those situations, Sentinel's utility, their coordination just looked on point, and it was rounds like the one you're seeing that snowballed this first half for Sen.
We had actually heard from Coach Kaplan what the expectation was for the team, and they were saying that there was a lot of conversations in the squad, Sentinels, that, hey, we got to tighten things up, we got to make things work here. What do you think that conversation's like for Fnatic?
The conversation right now is, let's forget about the rounds that we almost win. Let's focus on what's literally ahead of us, is thinking about Ascent, thinking about everything else that they still have to show us for this map.
All right, well, let's actually get some words from Coach Milan and get ready for map number 2. We have Yinsu standing by.
I'm standing by with Coach Milan before we head to map 2. Now, throughout the history of Fnatic, it is a rare sight to see you guys pick Ascent. What made this map your most confident going into this matchup?
I mean, it looked good against RRQ. It's a map that Sentinels hasn't favored a lot, and I thought we would throw them a little bit of a curveball and see how it plans out, you know?
Well, I hope it goes in your favor. Thank you very much and good luck.
And I think everyone in Toronto feels the same way, because we want to see a map 3 here, Mimi. But for now, we have to focus on Ascent. What should we be expecting?
What we should be expecting is the same thing for Fnatic. That new chamber comp they debuted, Alpha, Bea, you were talking a lot about it. He was incredible towards the second half of Sunset, and it was the same to be said last time he played this map.
Yeah, absolutely. The question is, what is Sentinels going to change to, if ever, right? Is Narrate going to stay in that Teco? We saw G2 earlier just going back to something that was comfortable for them and putting the Teco back in. I don't know if the plan is going to be the same for Sentinels, but someone else that I'm looking at, and someone that Coach Kaplan was speaking about, was Celsius. Him on that Vice. I think that if someone has a page of Fnatic's book, or possibly have and understand the usage of the Vice in this map, is Sentinels.
This has never been an amazing map for Sen, at least for this core of the team. But when you look back, at last year when they were playing at Champions, they were running a double controller comp, the Cypher Deadlock that became pretty popular in North America during that time. And I'm interested if they want to take any notes out of that one. I've loved the double Senti looks that a lot of different teams, including Fnatic, have shown on the map. So if they have something new, I would expect it to be some variant of the double Sentinel.
And you want to talk about the run that this team has had, Sentinels, on Ascent. It hasn't been pretty, right? 2-1, not all that bad. They haven't played it here, so we're going to see what we end up getting as the agent select is going to go. And look at Alfie already locking in that chamber there, Kukuka.
He's not even hovering. He's not even letting us, you know, theorycraft. Maybe he goes for something else. But very important as well, you know that the chances of you picking this map and you starting on the attack are like, let's say 95%, okay? Some people, especially if it's a pick. If it's the last one, maybe it changes. But we saw what Fnatic were able to do in their attack. A lot of that aggression on mid, all of those straight denials that this composition offers. Sentinels got kind of obliterated by Paper X in their post plants when they played against them in the uppers. They were getting caught off guard by players in off angles when they were retaking. That's going to be the same thing with Alpha, but turned up to a new degree. Every time Fnatic get the spike down, watch for where he's putting his TP gate, how he's positioning forward. And now for Sentinels, we have to talk about them because they are locking the Teo, they are locking the Vise, and this is looking to be the same comp as long as they don't lock it away, and they've done it. Zekin goes for the Waylay, the first player to pull that out here in Masters Toronto.
What?
Well, it's his first Waylay, that is for sure. I don't think that he has played the agent in an official match, has he?
Not that I can recall.
I don't think so.
But also narrates on the Deho as well.
Is this Joggable? Is this you?
G2 played this a ton in Americas with that Waylay in the mix. The slow is great. You can dive into market, all these different things. GB, this is a hell of a curveball.
All right, folks. Well, it's now time to find out if Sentinels sink or swim. Are we going to get that map 3? Let's send it back over to your casters, Pansy and Hypoc.
Yeah, thank you. All eyes turning towards Zekin here, Mike. I thought that maybe Alpha up on that chamber, maybe even Kron on the Vice.
Not the headline tonight.
Zekin on the Waylay. What are we seeing with this?
I mean, it actually almost suits to play into this, right? You can almost dive onto Alpha a little. Well, I said a little more coordinated, but there's a lot of pressure now to try and. At the end, there's not many counterplays, right, to a chamber getting up close and personal, able to dip his toes and get out, but. Could be a trump card, the Uno reverse from Sentinels, and that's where Milan even touched on, bringing out a curveball, but hey, how do you react now?
Yeah, I think they've just one-upped you in that matter, but we dive into this, don't we? We get to truly see the test of these two creative sides. Fnatic on the attack, and of course Sen then on the defending side. And let's see how this looks. We've got a lot to learn. Already a 3-play stack on this B side.
Pressure here, a probe sent out in terms of the util from Crashies. Second motion is played towards short. It's Alpha to lead the charge. We'll find John QT, but actually no damage done there.
No, and that's a couple of those bullets spent. Already the rotation's coming in, Narrate's gonna be here. Kayak on the corner, nice shot from Kayak, quick to try and hunt that down. Does get denied the springboard forward, but Narrate's screwed. Yeah, Kron was hungry for that. And they're fighting for that space behind Tree, taking over towards Heaven, making the site really uncomfortable. It's two players trying to tuck in towards Hell. And if they get the spacing right here, Fnatic, it should be pretty light work. This was really well crafted, Mike.
I was just say the miss on the first, but Alpha connecting with the headshot. Zekin now need an ace to find this pistol.
Have I told you about the story of Zekin's 1v5? I've not told you that one.
You have not.
He was on a Waylay, which is crazy, right? Yeah.
Round 1 of the second map.
It must have been probably a different game because I don't see it happening now. Kron's playing the no fun allowed game.
The fun police.
Yeah, they've turned up. Sirens are on. Yeah, Zekin's having a go, but it's... Even in the losses, the man's still scary as hell. Good God, that man. Nasty with it, but around nevertheless for Fnatic here to get the first in the second map.
Certainly a confidence booster through everything they had at that comeback on map 1. But said Sentinels